We've talked to actors about what they do when they're in factually based drama on stage and screen. And I suppose the most interesting thing we've discovered is that this sort of material has a kind of value-added quality for actors. They feel the responsibility for the real person that they're portraying, and they also feel that there's a degree of social and perhaps political utility in doing this kind of work.
It's going to be very, very interesting, particularly for me, who's done so many, real-life characters, but from the point of view of comedy, usually like topical comedy. And so it's a very, very different approach. It's usually a much faster approach, a much less in-depth approach, and maybe a more caricatured approach.
It changes the nature of the research actors do. We've found actors are keen on research in whatever they do, but they get a real field day when they get somebody from real life to play or real events to play.
The difference between when you're playing a dramatic role in an extended drama or a film, the approach to the character is really quite different, because you're seeing the character from the inside and trying to imagine how that character might feel and what that character's journey is, rather than how that character appears from the outside. I mean, a lot of characters that I impersonate have already created a character internally, like Anne Robinson, has created that character, and I in turn impersonate the character she's created.
I'd always loathed the woman, and I was very surprised to be asked to play her. When I decided I would do it, I was actually rather excited. But I then realised, of course, that I had to do it from inside. And somehow I had to feel close to and sympathetic with this woman.
I think they feel this sense of responsibility. Not so much, I would say, for celebrities, famous, well-known people who they figure along with the rest of us can take it probably. But certainly if I can use the phrase ordinary people who are perhaps caught in extraordinary circumstances, yes, they do feel enormous responsibility for them, even when they're dead, if the families are coming along to see the work.
I do sometimes get feedback, yes, at sort of the odd BBC party that I used to be invited to, I would meet, I would sort of see people, like sort of Arlene Phillips, who I think had sort of said, oh, so you're the one that's saying I've got a mouth like a cat's arse, but, so I hope I don't sort of meet her. But Anne Robinson is oh, you do me better than I do, and, all the newsreaders love it, Kirsty Warwick is very kind of, oh my God, it's so great, listen to Jandy, and they all love it, Fiona Bruce and all that, and I think people like that, impersonation is a form of flattery for them.
I noted the way she walked. I noticed a lot of things about the way she moved. You have to then, of course, since we were playing all these dramatic bits before she got chucked up, have to forget it all. You have to completely forget it. You must never recognise the fact that you watch these things. You forget it and you become it. It's as simple as that. You actually become it.
I think part of what I do, as opposed to part of what an actor would be doing in an extended drama, part of what I do is to aim for an accuracy. It's a different kind of pleasure that the audience is getting. And the pleasure of accuracy, like, if you think of the way that Jo Brand does that sort of lispy thing every time she does an S or a T, that sort of, they go, oh yes, she does that. And the oh yes, she does that sort of element is kind of gives people a tingle of pleasure. And that's in addition to, anything you may be doing that's to do with the character's mannerisms or the material that you're using, which of course is a whole other layer that you're putting on it, what you're making the character say.
Some of our students go on to be actors, writers, directors. This has a practical utility, I think, and factual material of this kind is hugely popular at the moment.